All right, so here we are, back out in nature once again. You're going to hear a lot of some construction going on over there. It's not really that naturous. Is that a word, naturous? Surrounded by a thin strip of trees and deep in the city, ugh. If you can hear all that, I'm so sorry. They're digging up the sidewalk over there, and I don't really know why. What's going on, bud? My name is AJ. I'm your drinking buddy for today. Hopefully you're doing well. I myself, come see, come saw. This is a Canadian channel after all. I don't actually know what those words mean. But it is French. So we got a palate cleanser going, as per usual. The official beer, unofficial, official beer of the channel. We're sipping on it. Trying to get outside, man. We got to get outside, and it's a beautiful day. So I thought this will be the one. This is the one. I'm waiting for a nice sunny day. It's been raining. Spring has sprung, but a lot of stuff going on. A lot of, I try not to get into politics. We're probably going to get political today, but a lot of stuff going on. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is very slow-paced, little to no cuts, if at all possible. We're just hanging out, having a beverage out in nature, trying to get outside. Put it on in the background. You don't have to watch. There's not a lot to see here, except for maybe me doing nothing. It's an experiment, all right? When I pass, and I won't be around much longer, that's not a threat. That's just a, understanding. I'm an old man now, at the ripe old age of 39. Turned 39 last month. Won't be around much longer. But this is this is for me. Maybe it's for you if you're into this sort of thing, this sort of slow-paced content. But, someday maybe people will look back, remember me fondly. They'll have this to pretend, like they're going to have a nice, refreshing beverage outside. Just to pretend that I'm around with them. Family, friends, and viewers, people like you, hanging out with your drinking buddy. Because I don't have a drinking buddy anymore. We've talked about that. I don't have a drinking buddy, and so I needed a drinking buddy. I made the channel. You're now my drinking buddy. For better or for worse, good or bad, divine or evil. Pick your poison, I guess. We're at a point now where the insects are starting to come out. There's a fly on my camera. I'm wondering if he's going to go across the lens. That would be really funny. So, yeah, welcome. This is a nothing channel. So, cheers. Dinker and sinker. We got our palate cleanser, and we got a very we film more than one episode in an afternoon, so I don't have to do this every day. We've said that before too. I have a interesting something I've never tried before. This will be the first time I've tried Brook Brewing Company Headstock West Coast style IPA. I'm excited to give it a shot. I don't usually get very what do you say? I don't get, I'm not curious or explorative. I don't know what the word would be. I tend to stick to what I know and love. The cheapest, best quality, inexpensive kind of stuff, right? So we're going to review this in a moment, but yeah, I just wanted to quickly do some verbal diarrhea about there's a lot going on in the past week. This is April 7th ish, something like this, 2026. And I come out here. I know the irony is not lost upon me. Obviously I'm recording with my phone and my camera. I have a problem with doom scrolling. If you're in that same boat, maybe not. I have a problem with doom scrolling, and I can confirm I have not used my phone since I arrived. I got here about maybe an hour ago or something. About an hour ago, and I haven't used my phone. I haven't looked at what's going on in terms of the news and this and that. I know that's very small, but it's so rough out there right now. Taking a deep breath, man. Out in nature, turning off the technology. Holy... I don't even know what word to use. There's a war going on. It's not ideal. And that's me just, again, trying to glaze over how awful it is. For no reason. It's like a no reason, no point. Why are we doing this? And I say we, but it has nothing to do with, again, Canadian channel. Canada has nothing to do with this. I personally have nothing to do with this. Unless you think there's some conspiracy out there and I have I'm the puppet master. This random, nearly homeless man in the woods pulling the strings, sipping on the most inexpensive beer. Yeah, I'm some sort of like evil mastermind. Again, haven't bothered to look at the news in a little while. So again, it's only been about an hour, which is pathetic. But I feel like this channel, I'll rephrase that. I needed a space because I like doing videos anyway, and I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of editing. Like a lot of the stuff I used to do, they'd be like, 10 to 15 minute like comedy sketches and this and that. And it would take me like 50 to 60 hours to edit and do the special effects and everything. So it's like, and I wasn't getting any views on that even. So I just thought like, what's the point? It's not even, although the point realistically, not to say that I'm like, I desire views. It's not about desiring views. It's about being, it's like a recognition, like my art that I do. In this case, it would have been cinematography, videography, editing, all of this stuff, putting it all together, making a story, making people laugh, right? I never really had any success. That was many years ago. I haven't done anything like that in a long time, but had a lot of fun. And I don't know if we got enough comments. There is a channel like Friendly Classics, I believe. The Friendly Classics. I could post some more stuff maybe if I got enough, if enough people were like, we want to see that, maybe. But it's inappropriate comedy for today's day. I will say that. I always had a penchant for just, it's inappropriate, it's not good. The jokes are a little racy, to say the least, but we had fun. It was fun. I used to love doing that, but not a lot of success. And so I thought, you know, I still want to make videos. This is now where I am, and I don't care anymore. This is no one's gonna watch this, but you and I can enjoy a refreshing beverage on a nice, beautiful, sunny day. Again, getting outside, even when there's a what are those things with the it digs up, it's digging up literally whatever that machine is. What is it called? How do I not know what that's called? A digger? Is it just called a digger? Making all the noise in the world, trying to rip up the sidewalk, the trail over there, making so much noise, ruining the one day that's nice. Of course, there's got to be something in the city. It couldn't be quiet and peaceful. Just the way things are, man. Just the way things are. But without further ado, why don't we set aside my palate is successfully cleansed, let's say. I'm aware of now the baseline of where I want to be in terms of what I enjoy. This I'm a little nervous about, and as per Jacob Jones, big fan, Jacob. If you ever see this, you won't, but if you ever do, big fan of your content. Inspiration to us all. And frankly speaking, I chose to do beer reviews because is it celiacs? Is that when you can't, gluten is a problem, right? It's probably a problem for me if we're being honest. My body's falling apart, but Jacob doesn't review beers. He doesn't do this. So that's what we're doing. And today, as I mentioned, and let's do the Jacob Jones. My eyes, there's such a shadow over my eyes. I look like a skeletal figure. Make it look really daunting. Nickel Brook Brewing Company headstock. Here we go. We're doing the thumbnail like Jacob Jones, and I'm going to get right in there just for jokes. I'll make it look sinister. It's kind of fun. It's like every video Jacob does, he has to do the thumbnail like that. And I appreciate that boy. He's a good kid. I like him a lot. So we got Nickel Brook Brewing Company headstock West Coast style IPA. If you've watched anything I've put out before here on this channel, you know I'm not a big fan of IPAs. I feel they are they tend to be a little pretentious, the craft brewery sort of thing. They sell their beers for a lot more money than the palate cleanser that we've had. Like, this is almost twice the price, but this was on sale, so I thought I'd pick it up. And I've never had anything by the Nickel Brook Brewing Company before. Look at this Nickel Brook. Every time it gives me kind of shook. Headstock, West Coast style IPA, 7% alcohol. It is considered a strong beer. Interesting. Oh, wow. There's not a ton of information on the can, but what it's telling us is very exciting, because I do enjoy I prefer bitter over sweet, and I've never seen this in my entire life. This is fascinating. So this might actually be exciting. Pine citrus peel classic. I don't know if you can read that there. That's really kind of cool. I love pine. Actually, this channel in particular, when I started, coming up with the concept of doing nothing in the forest, reviewing beers. It was going to be, the name of the channel was going to be Pints and Pines, because I love pine, the smell, mostly. I don't think I've ever tasted pine, but this is exciting because Pint and Pines is very accurate today. And this apparently contains barley and wheat. I don't actually have a full ingredient list here. But what I can say is that we've got a little, what are they called? One of these code things that you can scan. You can scan, and I assume all of the information you could want is probably behind that. Is it an SR code? I don't know why I'm thinking of SR code. I feel like I'm just coming up with that because I'm old and I don't remember. Independent Craft Brewery. All right, let's see how pretentious these guys are. Headstock. I love the guitar. The guitar, is that literally what that's called? The headstock? I don't know what that part of the guitar is called, but that's clearly the image they're going for. The can is kind of this bronze, almost kind of muted orange. That's very much, and frankly, it is quite. What do you say? It's very classy. The black on white on copper. I think it's very pretty. This is a standout can, despite being on sale. It did stand out to me just visually. It's a very pretty can. So again, let's see how pretentious these guys are, or if they've got good flavors and a good beverage to back up their their product. So without further ado, Dinker. Well, I guess we can't Dinker and Sinker yet. We got to do Sound of Heaven. Ready? Not a lot of sound on that, but Sound of Heaven nonetheless. Dinker and Sinker. A lot of flavor in the smell. Very fruity. Well, let's give it a shot. Oh, that's an IPA. They did not lie. It's dry, which I don't actually mind that. I appreciate that. Flavor profile. Well, let's go for the smell first. It's IPA through and through. The hops come in strong, but there is a sweet note and citrus peel. I'm certainly picking up on. There's a sour note. And yeah, if you're giving it a smell, I'll say this: the scent is very hops forward, but there is a sweet note behind it, and I'm gonna guess that is the citrus. What citrus would I say? I'm getting orange, little lemon, not lime, but maybe grapefruit. Grapefruit. It's somewhere between a lemon, an orange, and a grapefruit. I feel like grapefruit is forward. And that's not bad. I love grapefruit. If I'm going to have a beverage, grapefruit is my go-to of all of the citrus. And in fact, citrus is probably the best for a beverage. Like in my mind, if I'm going to have like a fruity beverage, it's going to be citrus. I like the sours. I like the bitters. And this brings that together quite nicely. A little too frothy for me, but flavor-wise, mouthfeel-wise, it's got, I'm not going to say very dry, but despite having little to no head, it is smooth, and there is like a foam. I don't want to say creamy because it's not, that implies some type of flavor, right? But it's not thick, but it's certainly, this is no, PBR. It's not liquidy. There is a like a velvety mouthfeel, and almost like, that's a stupid way to describe it, but I'm getting like almost like a ribbon, like silk. Does that make sense? That's wild to say. When you stop to think about it, because I don't review things. This is the first time I've reviewed, anything in my life, realistically. Maybe games I've done in the past, but never a product, never something that I can, I have to review something with my mouth. Don't say that on the internet. Yeah, you know what? Man. Wow. With the 7% alcohol too. Like, I am genuinely impressed by this. Wow. Holy crap. I'm not usually impressed by IPA. The more I think about it, the entire experience, not just the flavor, because the flavor, I'm trying to pick out the pine. I'm not catching it. Maybe there's like a hint. But definitely the citrus, definitely the hops are there. I'm sorry about the shade. The sun is now moving, so when I set up my camera, I tried to find a place where the lighting wouldn't change too drastically, but unfortunately we're sitting in a spot. We're in a forest. Sun, trees, shadows, you get it. But yeah, this headstock West Coast style IPA. I know I don't generally purchase IPA. Usually if I'm going to, it's, at the pub, and I'll get a pint or something. And could I drink more than one of these? I could. Do I want to drink like it's a camping day? Do I want 12 of these in my, I'm starting at noon, we're fishing, we're having a campfire, we're smoking some whatever meats of whatever types. Could I drink this all day? No, but I will say this. If I had more than one of these, and this is like maybe we're just doing this new. Maybe this is new. This is a good way to gauge. And I feel like, do I drink it all day, or do I have one and move on with my life? This, I feel like I could, if I had like a 6-pack of these during a day, like a camping day, and I mix it up. Maybe I have the palate cleanser in between, right? So maybe I have one of these, maybe I have one of these, and then later, you have lunch, you have one of these, and then you have one of these, sort of thing. I feel like I could do that with this IPA, and this is the first time in my life, and the 7%, that's crazy to me. I almost never, not even almost never, literally never enjoy like anything over 5%. I'm always like, not for me. This 7%, I'm not getting that strong beer kick in the face. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is delightful on so many counts. I'm genuinely impressed. I'm shocked at how much I enjoy this. This is actually amazing. Pour color is marmalade. I forgot to mention that. It says that on the bottom there. Pour color marmalade, which I assume that makes this somewhat of an amber, but I don't think that's an accurate description. Because I assume that term, when we're talking about beer, that implies a specific brewing process or specific ingredients, and there's no indication that this would be considered an amber, but that's in and of itself a little pretentious. They if you're looking for a specific color of beer, this is marmalade. What is that? Like a yellow orange, an orange yellow? I don't know. I don't know. Nickelbrook Brewing Company. I'll give you this with your little spacey hops orbiting the logo. Like, I'll give you this. It just says great beer, better stories. I don't know if that's too close to the camera, but I'll say this. You gone done good, kids. You gone done good. And if I had to put a number on it, personally, and believe me when I say this, this is nearly, considering what I think about IPAs, considering what I said about pretension and, being a little too, I don't know, upper echelon, trying to be this like, look at us with our button-ups and our nice clothes and our this and that. 7% alcohol, hidden very, very well. Pine, citrus peel, marmalade color. This, the hops forward, the velvety, silky texture. I don't know if I want to give this an 8. That's really high for an I'm second guessing myself, because I'm like, IPA is not my jam, but this is a really good beer. Wow, this is a really good beer. I don't know. Maybe out of safety we'll give it a 7.5, but, and believe me, like in my ranking system, somewhere between, if you're at a 7.5 and an 8, that is absurd for me. I'm very, very particular, particularly with IPAs. I'm mean. I am mean about IPAs, but this is good. Where are you located? Burlington, Etobicoke, Ontario. Hey, this is not so far from me. Good job. Good job, Nickelbrook Brewing Company from Burlington / Etobicoke. Wow, man. Wow. Go and buy one. Go, at least try it. I think you'll enjoy it. If you like a little citrus forward, hops is there, but it's not too much in your face. It's kind of muted by the citrus. And the citrus isn't forward either. It's just a beautiful blend. It works really well together. If you like bitters, this is going to be not bitters, but if you like bitter flavors, let's be specific, because bitters, when we're talking about mixed drinks and this and that, it means something entirely different. But yeah, you might enjoy this a lot. Yeah, Nickelbrook Brewing Company, headstock, West Coast style IPA. Give this a shot. Give this a shot. For me, giving an IPA a 7.5 to 8, I guess we'll say 7.7 for the sake of this. Particularly for a strong beer, that is absurd. That is an absurdity to me. Wow. Just wow. Great job. Great job, gang. Thank you for watching and hanging out with me. I don't even like saying watching. I got to start saying, like, thanks for hanging out with me, because this is not a watch. This is not a watching video. This is a sit down and have a beer with me. Put it on in the background while you're cooking, and then we have a conversation about beer. But yeah, not a lot of notes for this. Like, this might be the best IPA I've ever had, and I know that's pretty, that's a very bold statement, but this is completely reasonable drinking. Like, it's light, despite being strong. The flavor profile, the texture, the mouthfeel, all of this, like the carbonation is good. Like it's a perfect, silky smooth, citrus, hops forward flavor. Like, you've got the flavor. If you want flavor, this is great. And it's not too thick. It's not too heavy. Like, it's good. It's really good. Good job. Good job, Nickel Brook. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, bud. That's all I got to say for today. We'll see you again later this week, maybe next week. I gotta film another episode. You know how this works. But yeah, really good job. This is awesome. I like this. Go buy one. Go try it. And to finish her off, I'll try to get right up in the camera. Dinker and sinker. Seal all. See you all in the next one. Boop. I love you.